Hi there, it is me. It is Kim Stedman from kimstedman.com. I am your lifter upper because I love to encourage writers and authors. I'm here, I'm a creative content curator and an idea instigator. And I am also the founder of the Write More Right Now Writing Club. And I'm here in my little writing studio, my little nook, and I'm here to just talk to you about a new program that I have coming into works for the January, starting in January for the winter session. I'm calling it winter session. It's for January, February, and March. But depending on when you're watching this video, you may get some access to some things in December because I'm going to go ahead and open up the Facebook group. So there's Denver, my cohort. He may come up here and say hi to you. But let me talk to you about Difference Maker Accountability Studio. So Difference Maker is something that was put on my heart. I think it was a heavenly download to just really help writers and authors who were ready to take their writing to the next level. So in my Write More Right Now writing club, it's just really all about just the writing. My burden there was really placed because of last words that I heard my mother-in-law speak about her regrets of never writing the stories and songs that were on her heart. She never wrote them down. She really just kept it all in her head. And long story short, she ended up passing away 2 months later after having said that to me. So that was the catalyst for me to really start the Write More Right Now writing club. And we've been having a ball in that club since 2018. And writers have written their words, written journals, written books, written programs. They've just been writing, and I've been encouraging them along, and we are just there as a unit to encourage and help each other. But I've got some in that club that want to go a next level. They know their words are meant for some type of audience, whether it's large or small, whether it's in book form, or it's for classroom content, or it's for speaking engagements, but they're ready. They feel that call and that urge in their heart that their words do matter, and it's time for them to make a difference in the world with their words. So the reason for the Difference Maker Accountability Studio is because accountability was a question it was a statement that I kept hearing some of the different members bring up, that they needed accountability, that it was too easy for life to get in the way and the words, the writing, the progress to not happen because they didn't have accountability. Well, it just so happens that when I was in the corporate world, I was usually brought on to teams because of my knack for accountability and moving things along and helping people to make progress. So, thus, the birthing of this Difference Maker Accountability Studio. The winter session is the first session that we are ever formally doing this type of accountability studio, this type of accountability with me and with others. So, what does it entail? Well, depending on where you're seeing this video, there's a detailed list of everything that is included with Difference Makers Accountability Studio. But I'll just break it down for you real quick, bullet points in this video. The very basic package is the private Facebook group. I'm calling it the makery, the bakery where things bake. Well, the makery is the Difference Maker Accountability Studio where we make stuff, okay? We get things, we move forward. Private Facebook group. I have the Difference Maker workbook that is my big book of every type of form, checklist, things that I've used to help me decide what to do, journaling pages. It's a big book. At the making of this video, I'm still pulling in and going through my 1 terabyte, tetrabyte, whatever it's called, of hard drive, saying, oh, you know what, I made this and I do use this. Some of the things that I do and use, I do mentally so much now that I've had to sit and look back and say, okay, what did I use to get me to this point? Oh yeah, this is what this is what I used. And some are forms that I print off and I use in my life now. Okay, you're going to get the big book, my Difference Maker workbook, PDF copy that you can download, pick and choose what forms apply and work for you. Okay, there's going to be weekly Facebook accountability lives where I'll come into the Facebook group, I'll check in with you, and I'm going to expect to see accountability where you state what your next goal is, what your next action steps are. And if you're a member in the Difference Maker group, if you've paid for this, I'm going to expect to see you. I'm going to want you to do that accountability. Why is it so important? Because I can look back at different things that I've done in my life that I actually really succeeded in doing in a fairly reasonable amount of time. And it was because I had accountability to someone or to a group. And I showed up even when things didn't go perfect, even when everything that was on the list, nothing got done, but I showed up and I owned up to it and I admitted to it. And my first book that I self-published, it's a prayer journal, and it came about because I showed up to weekly accountability call meetings, just like we're going to do in that Facebook group. And I showed up and I was able to do that book in 90 days. Okay, so accountability and the power of a Facebook accountability is powerful. It's very powerful. And then at the basic level, you also get access to the Your One Thing exclusive audio that we had. It was a presentation that we had with the famous Sage Cohen, author, and the video portion of it didn't work very well, but I've got the audio, and so we're going to have that accessible to you because it was a very powerful lesson to help you figure out what you want to even work on. Maybe you know that you want to be accountable, but you've got your mind so full of everything and you don't know what you want to do. And so that audio could help you. Pages from the Difference Maker workbook could help you establish what you really want to work on for your 90 days for that winter session of January through March. That's just at the basic level. The deluxe level, I give you access to some of my classes that have been monumental in other writers' lives, that in the group, the Write More Right Now group, that have taken these classes. Also, these classes that I've presented to other places, to other groups, and it has been very eye-opening for them. The Writer's Manifesto, which I also am now calling the Writer's Creed, is helping you to establish in your heart why you write. Believe me, I fall back on the why I write sometimes when it's getting hard. And I reread my creed, my manifesto that I wrote specifically for that purpose, to help me along. You'll create your own. Then there's the Finally Fulfilled class. This is a class about core values. And right now, I ask you, what are your top 10 core values? And if you can't pause this video and immediately rattle off your 10 core values of what is the heart and breath of who you are and why you do what you do, why you live and how you live your life, if you can't give me those 10, you need this class. Finally Fulfilled in the concepts of this core values and how I present in that class, how you now take those core values and live your life, were absolutely pivotal in my life back in 2010, 11. Yeah, that's when I did. That's when that whole concept opened up to me, and it's why I am where I am now. Happy and doing things that I enjoy to do, and I'm not stressed out and burned out and worn out anymore because I am living according to my core values. I am writing according to my core values. So you get those 2 classes, and you get the new upcoming low content, no content book strategies for authors and coaches. This is a class that will be coming in probably February. I have presented this class at a conference and in a couple of other private mastermind Facebook groups, and it's been jaw-dropping because of what I share with them and this concept and how they can apply it for their books, their coaching practices, their businesses, and I want you to have that. There's no reason why anybody who has a desire to write probably couldn't come up with some type of low content or no content book to correlate with whatever else that you're writing and building, whether it's a blog or a book or a brick and mortar business that you have. Okay, so that's the basic, or that's the deluxe. You get everything that was in the basic, and you get the deluxe, and the next higher up is the elite. If you really want some more coaching with me, coaching and mentoring, I'm opening up an elite package where you'll get twice a month email coaching with me. That means you can send me a question or a concern or something you want me to kind of think about and help you think through, or maybe I have some resources for you, but you get email coaching from me. You send me your question twice a month. I'll reply back within 24 to 48 hours. I will also, as part of this coaching, this more in-depth coaching, in the Difference Maker workbook, there are some monthly planning. I call them maps or plans and maps, and where actually I used to call them map. That's why I put on there, but now I'm calling them plan because they're prepare, learn, apply, navigate. And I have one strictly for writers, and I have one for writers who are really starting to focus on earning income with their writing and with their creating. And you will get my feedback on yours. So you fill these out, and everybody should be doing this at the basic level. This is part of your accountability. This is part of your moving forward. But at an elite level, you fill yours out, send it to me in the first week of the month, and I'll look at where you were last month. I'll look at what you've got planned out, and we'll make sure that you're not going off on a bunny trail, and you'll get some feedback from me. And I promise it's not hard. It's not rattlesnake bad, and I don't even kick you in the seat. But sometimes we get so focused on something that we don't see the forest for the trees. And it's very important when you're setting your goal and you're moving forward that you don't accidentally interject something in there that doesn't even have to do with what that original goal is. So you'll get my review of your map, and then the elite members will have a monthly group question and answer session on Zoom. And so you can send in another question or have me review something that you're writing, or get my opinion on something, and we'll do this live on Zoom until everybody's questions are answered. Okay? And so that is the basic, deluxe, and elite for the Difference Maker Accountability Studio. Everybody will be in the same Facebook group, but depending on which package you get, you may get access to other things on a different individual basis. So I hope that makes sense. And be sure wherever you're seeing this video, either click the link to read about all this more in depth, or just to reread everything. So click a link or read the text below or to the side, or above or wherever you're seeing this, and pray about it. This may not you may not be to the point where you want the accountability, but I wanted to bring something for you for this beginning of the year 2020. Y'all, this is special. 2020 starts a new decade. 2019 will be behind us, and the decade of the teens will be behind us, and we will be into 2020. So let's do it big. Let's make a difference. Be a difference maker. You are a difference maker, and I want to come alongside you and help you through and along the journey. All right. I will talk to you later. This is Kim Stedman, kimstedman.com, and I'll see you on the other side.